we're going to generate. And then our second sheet is going to have some floor plans on there. At 1/8 of an inch equals 1 foot, which is about 1 to 100. Using metric, then you would use a metric template. We're going to use an imperial template, and I'll be pointing out the numbers along the way and how they might compare to be fairly typical above and below. And then our second floor has our solarium window above that. So that's our second sheet. And our third, go back and watch some more CAD clips and practice more and start to pick it up. But this series is designed to really just kind of get you comfortable with the software stuff and automatically. So this sheet just has some sections, and we can add more detail here if we want. We can create more call outs, and actually up to the application menu, new, and we're going to say project. If you're using metric, this is where you would go in here and browse, and then you would go to either your spot where you can install different content. If not, you can download it or install it again. And inside of here, I am going to go with the US, and whichever one you want to use. Pick your template, hit OK, and then Revit starts up and we have a new project. First thing we want to do inside of here is save this project somewhere on a folder. So we go up to here and we say save as, and then we say project. And I'll just click on my Daryl folder in here, and I'll make a new folder called, and paste that in with the Control V and then save it. So however you save it, it doesn't matter which folder or network drive or whatever even. I don't suggest saving it to a flash drive, but save that file somewhere, and now we've got our new project using the base template file.